Alrighty. Hello, everyone. My name is Vaughn, and I'm going to be running Gargoyle's Quest 2 here. I'm using the Japanese version, which you see is called Red no Arima. That's the name of the protagonist in this game in Japanese. In the English version, he's called Firebrand and those are all references to the Ghosts and Goblins series, kind of a spin-off on that. I'll be doing any percent here. I actually, my very first game that I ran for a mainline GDQ was this game, and that's actually how I earned this shirt here, so pretty appropriate that I'm wearing it. So, yeah, but I'm ready to go if you want to get started on the timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So, doing a bit of lore here. We're going to be talking to a lot of kings. That's going to be a theme throughout this. And this king says, if you want to become the legendary Firebrand, you need to do some training. So we're like, okay, let's go to the training grounds. That's going to be our first mission. This is kind of like a tutorial of sorts where you kind of start learning about the game's mechanics. And this is one of the things I really like about this game is some of the movement here. You do jumping, but then you also do like this kind of like gliding, floating here, like this. And you see that meter that's depleting right now is my wing power. When that runs out, you can no longer float until you touch the ground. And so the whole point of this training mission is to grab this vial. The vials are the currency in this game, but we won't be buying anything. We just basically need to grab it in order to clear this stage. Now he's like, hey, while you were doing some training, things went really pear-shaped, and you might want to go talk to the king to make sure that things are okay. And now we get dumped into our first actual stage of the game. Okay, I got really good RNG from those ghouls that pop out of the ground. They will pop up when you get near them, but when exactly they pop up is random. So sometimes, though, you'll be really close to see, like, that's another really good one. Wow, okay, cool. I got really good RNG from all those guys here, which is great. Get it? Thank you. Okay, I thought I shot that too early. All right, we're going to hesitate here. Got a good pattern there. All right, this next section is a little interesting. Let's see what kind of RNG I get here. First thing I want to do is just pop up here to get rid of that guy. Oh my god, these guys are all giving me... Oh my god, they're all giving me great RNG. Okay, here's a really cool trick here. We're going to skip about 15 seconds or so of this stage. I'm going to do this boost. 1, 2, 3, while I've got my iframes. And then on the very corner of that last block, there is no... it doesn't do damage to you, so you can stand there safely and get through it. All right, here's our first boss of the game. This is Nagus. And hopefully he gives us the basketball. Nope, he's going to jump around instead. He's going to give us the basketball over there, which doesn't do us a whole lot of good. Please go away. Oh my god. All right, well, at least he's not shooting at me. Okay. That just took longer than it needed to, but otherwise, that fight was fine. All right, so now we come in here and we talk to the king, and he tells us, he's like, so I'm going to die. There's been a mysterious darkness that's swept over the land. I'm going to give you some power to go and fight it and become the legendary Firebrand. And then his death rattle here is great. Whoa! The funny thing is that in the American version, instead of him saying like, ah, or wah, or something like that, it's actually translated as literally G-U-O-O-O-O-O-H. Like, they kept the guo in the US version, which I find delightful. All right, well, so those ghouls have been giving me such good RNG. I'm sure they'll give me bad RNG here. This is a little mini stage where I have to clear 3 of them. Yeah, like, so that guy, I had to wait for a little bit before he popped out of the ground. Okay, 1, and see how, I mean, I was standing right next to his spawn point, but it took forever for him to pop up. That's what I'm used to when it comes to these guys. So, good that you got the authentic GQ2 speedrunning experience. So the power-up that I was given by the king is now I can jump higher. We're going to do a little technique here that I call feathering, where you see me kind of, where you can manually, oh jeez, come on. You can manually cancel your float, and then while you're still in the air, you can reactivate. I didn't move far enough over. Okay, that is fine. Kind of. I did not mean to take a death there. What I meant to show you was was we use a lot of damage boosts in this game to get through certain things. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to move over a little more and then hit that boost and then float over. Okay. Now, speaking of dying and game over or whatnot, what I'm going to do in this town is I'm going to pop into this little hut on the right, and I'm going to talk to this dude, and he's going to give me a password. But really what that does is it sets that as my spawn point. So now when I game over, I'll respawn there. There are 2 intentional game overs that I will do in this game, and hopefully 0 unintentional game overs. So, So we got to just talk to this guy. He'll clear out of the way, and then we've got another kind of transitional stage here. This one can be trolly. The fact that I've already lost a life makes me a little nervous for this stage, because it's basically these floating platforms that we have to get over here. Now, if you touch the face of these platforms, which will actually come into play in a later stage, you will take damage. But every once in a while, things get a little wacky with the hitboxes, and you take damage when you land on top of them, and it can knock you down in the fire pit. And for like this platform that's like high up here, if that happens, I'm not getting back up. So I have no choice but to die. Okay, so we're now going to go into the jungle. The jungle is notorious for being trolly. This was actually funny during my run of this at AGDQ 2022, when I said, oh, we have a meme on my channel where I say, we never have a clean jungle. And then in my AGDQ run, I had the cleanest jungle I've ever had. So I had my that's never happened before moment. Courtesy, yes, it was a good one, yes. All right, so we're going to do something I call the jungle gym here. I'm going to take this boost and then climb up the face of that. And normally I would not take damage, but I did this time. Now I'm going to have to do this a long way with only 1 health, and that's not anywhere close to ideal. So, but we're going to make this work because it's live television, folks. Well, not really, but you know what I mean. Live recorded television. All right, we killed this guy for lag reduction, and then we kill this guy here for spite. So I'm going to grab this and then come off it feather twice, so that way I can growl on that platform. That's the fastest way to do that. I almost stopped too early. All right, so this is a kind of a unique section here where there's a current that pushes you upward. Now, normally I would be jumping and hitting these things here to do some damage boosting, but I only have 1 heart. I can't do that. And I'm going to be taking an intentional death, hopefully not too early. Good, okay. It's going to respawn me up here with full health. All right, now we're going to get to see a lot of interesting damage boosting tricks here. Why I immediately turn to the right before I hit those spikes, so that way I get damage. Now, we're going to do what I call a choke. No, we're not. Okay, this is... Oh, God, please die. Okay, this is going to be really interesting now. All right, we're going to do the toenail grab here, where I'm just going to, just very gently hit the very corner of that platform to reset my wing. Normally I damage boost through this stuff, and in fact I usually take an intentional death in the boss room here, but because I took that unintentional death earlier, I only have 2 health. Okay, this is going to be interesting. Okay, oh, darn it. All right, that's a game over. I tried to float down. Oh, well. All right, well, now you get to see how this is supposed to go. Hopefully. I probably should have just taken an intentional game over, like, right here. Whoops. Right here, so I had that extra life, but I tried to push through, and I got punished. So, whatever. We get to do the jungle again. That would be a great time for... Oh, no. I was kind of close. All right. I can actually explain some more stuff here in the jungle, so this won't be just wasted air. This very first section of the jungle can borderline troll you to the point where if the platforms move in a certain way, you can't get up. So I have to hit this platform. I might not make it. Oh, okay, good. Because he stopped to shoot, that's what allowed me to do. Oh, maybe I can do Jungle Gym this time. I can actually do it successfully. That's Jungle Gym, where you kind of climb up the face of that platform there. Why am I not grabbing that? No, no! I can't do it again. Because I've already taken the damage, yeah. I know, I did the trick and then I got trolled. So those floating beetles and whatnot, they will spawn in random places, and they can spawn in extremely inconvenient spots that can make avoiding them and not taking damage rather difficult. So... let's see. Let's hope that doesn't happen. After you get to a certain point in the stage, they stop spawning. So, in fact, once I get past this point, we won't see them anymore. Well, except for that guy that was already spawned, but you know what I mean. Gotta wait for that. We start floating as soon as you clear this wall here. Alright. So I'm gonna save this heart here for doing the damage boost in a particular spot. We'll do it right here. So that way, these two lower spikes don't kill me instead. That damage. All right, let's see if I can do the toenail grab on this one here like I was supposed to. You have to jump. That's what it's supposed to look like. You have to jump at a very particular height, because if you jump too high, the guy floating above you gets you, and if you jump too low, the spike in the ground gets you. Why did I not kill him? Okay, and that actually saved me? Yeah, I can't damage boost through this stuff. But...
still looks cool.
Yeah, I will do the intended boss strat here because I have a life to burn. And it's to come right up here and die. Okay, I had to do a couple extra hits on him because you want to try to get some. There we go. Okay, you want to try to get some hits in as you're getting over to him, but I kind of messed that up. All right, so we had an extremely filthy jungle. That makes me actually feel good. You know, that's the least disappointing game over. I figure it was only fair, considering I had, like, the best jungle I've ever done at my GDQ run of this, that here I am back at GDQ, and it's a total mess, so... Anyway, so here's a little bit of a lore dump here, where... So this prophet here kind of tells you about the prophecy of Firebrand, the legendary warrior. What I did there in the menu was I used the candle. There's a lot of candles that you use in this run. And they have magical properties and whatnot. And this one was kind of allowing us to speak to the beyond to learn about certain things. Now, the power-up that she gives me here is she upgrades my wing power. So now I can float for a longer amount of time. And that's actually going to be really important for this next transitional stage here, which we refer to as the jump. So I'm going to jump here and float 1, 2, 3, 4 feathers. Grab that, boost here, and then go over. And that's how that works. That's the fastest way to do that. These platforms here give way when you stand on them, so you have to be ready to jump right away. In fact, this one here will do a toenail grab just to reset, because jumping upwards causes lag. And so we want to minimize that. Now, what I was also given was a new float magic, which is what what Firebrand here shoots. And this is called the Buster. Buster is stronger. You can have 2 of them on the screen, and as you're about to see in just a few seconds, it can actually break, whoops, too high. It can actually break certain blocks, and we're going to use this to take the faster route through this stage. All right, now this stage has trollfish. We don't like trollfish. So what we're going to do is we're going to kill this guy and then just float along here and just keep throwing these out, and as those fish would pop out of the sand, we kill them before they can get to us. Really cool movement tech in this next section here. We're going to come here, kill this guy, kind of float down here. Trollfish? Oh, trollfish behind me. Nice. Okay, kill, float, kill, float, kill, and then float. And then come down here, drop. Ignore this guy, kill this guy. Jump up here, take that damage boost to get through this. Float here to kill those, float here to kill those. And I get trolled by the genie here. I have to kill it. All right, so this is Sandfrog. Sandfrog sucks, and let's see if he gives me a good pattern here. We want to shoot him on the way down. Okay, when he spawns these little things, that's absolutely not what we want to see. But we don't want to see this either, where he does kind of this thrusting attack, because while he's dancing there, this is what we want to see. We want to see him jumping back and forth. We kind of jump to, yeah, here we go. But look at all the lag here. That's the thing that really sucks about this boss fight. Yeah, okay, good. All right, that was a decent Sandfrog fight. I didn't take any damage. That's pretty nice. All right, so now that we are done with the, we are done with this here. We got an item called the Gremlin Stick, which we need to use on the king that's in the town where we got the password. So for that reason, we are going to go ahead and die. And game over. And now we can just come right here to where we need to use that gremlin stick. It's basically a teleport that saves us several minutes of backtracking. That's the gremlin stick I just used. Now the king can move and talk again. He was paralyzed. That's why we needed it. And so we can now we can get the power that he gives us, which is another magic called the tornado. And I will demonstrate how this extremely useful magic works shortly. Is my water bottle over there? It's the R2-D2 one. Can someone grab that? Can I have that, please? Ah, thank you. No problem. All right. I'll be here. Sorry. Okay. So now we have the tornado magic, and what it does is not only is a weapon, it's a very short-range weapon, but it's also custom platforms. This takes our movement tech throughout the rest of this run to an entirely new level, where we're going to combine wall grabs and these platforms to move through stages very quickly. Got to switch back to the Buster because we're going to come right in here, and we're going to talk to our first evil king. And this is Malgor. Now, we have to be very careful here. He's in the third text box. It's going to end with a question. You mash B to automatically say no. Otherwise, you got to talk to him again. And we don't want to do that. All right. This is a very particular boss fight. I'll explain when I'm done. Perfect. Okay, good. So, the way that boss fight works is that he will move, and then he will cloak and move and cloak and just alternate between that. While he's cloaked, you can't hit him. But where he moves to is your exact position when he starts moving. All right, so we're going to talk to this guy. This is for marathon safety. So this is a scientist. And he says, hey, have you heard about my cool experiment? You say no, and he's like, oh, really? Well, let me show you. And its experiment is he gives you an extra segment of life. That's going to be really useful for this next section here, particularly on the boss fight, which can be extremely trolly. So, but we'll get to that in a second. But here we have the mountain pass, where we're going to make liberal use of this platform, the tornado magic. It can also be used as a weapon. You see me use it to kill that bee there. We use it to kill, but you can only have 2 on the screen at a time. So you have to be very careful about your timing and placement for that. Intentional damage boost there to just back up. So yeah, climbing this next section is as simple as 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. That's all you got to do. Now we want to kind of bait that fly down. I'm going to come down here to pick up this heart for extra health. That's a high jump. that little rolly thing can either do a high jump or a low jump. If it does a low one, you can't get under it. You have to wait for it to go by. Use that platform to get up here, and then we can walk over the rest of all this riffraff safely. All right, so this is the Gargoyle twins coming up here. Their movement patterns can be very random, but it always starts out where they just come up here, and they just, see, we don't want the big swoops, and we don't want the little swoops when they're right above me. Oh, shoot, okay. Oh, good, I got one. All right, okay, I can't get hit again, though, because body contact does 2 damage. Please die, please die! Okay, good. Yes. Yeah. So, if after 4 swoops, both of them are alive, they will fuse together briefly and as like this tornado, and then they will shoot in all 8 directions, and then when they split, they separate. And trying to fight 2 of them in separate locations at the same time is just, it's very difficult. So, fortunately, they were nice to me there. Oops, no, I don't need to talk to you. Go away. Stop it. Stop talking. Alright, so we're going to do just a little kind of mini boss fight here. This is Locust Boy, and we're going to manipulate him in a certain way, and I'll show you how. So, I grab onto this platform in the very specific position here, and it causes him to land without moving too far, and he throws that blade over my head instead of at me, and it allows me to just basically sit there and just throw Buster Magic in his face until he's dead. So just a really, really quick and consistent way to take care of that boss. This is just one of these transitional stages here. Nothing terribly special about this one. Except for that red fire below me, which is instant death. We don't want to touch that. Okay, let's see if I get the float here. Yes, I killed it at the right time. If you drop a little low, your toe kind of catches on the corner of that, and you just have to grab it and go back up. All right. So this next section is the Mirror Maze. This is my least favorite part of the run, I'll be honest. There's a couple sections here that are incredibly tricky, including the boss fight too. So I don't like it because I just mess it up a lot. Alright, so 1, 2, 3. It's this next room that's really tough. In fact, I might just do this the safe way. There we go, okay. There's a way to do that room much faster, but it's very easy to die. And in my practice, I was struggling with it, so I didn't want to mess with it. But yeah, we use this I mean, you see how that tornado allows me to just get through that room so quickly. Wait for this to drop a little bit and throw one, throw another one real quick, so that way you don't bonk your head on those spikes right above you. All right. So in this next room I'm going to do, we're going to attempt something called Gate Skip. If I don't get it, it's not a problem. It just saves time if I do. Float. Ah, shoot. Okay, well, I already messed up part of it. Actually, no, I might be fine. Yes! Okay, good. We got that Gate Skip there with those damage boosts. Really cool damage boost tech in this game. That's one of the reasons why I like it so much. The speedrun, that is. All right, so this is a doppelganger boss. We're going to intentionally die right here so that we can set up his pattern. We jump as soon as he comes, hit that boost on the top of the ceiling, and then want to drop down here? Nope. Okay. So while he turns into the pink version of you, if you hit that doppelganger version, you take damage. Okay, he should be dead here. Good. All right. So the fact that so whether or not he swoops or turns into the pink armor is random. It's one or the other. Obviously, we don't want him to turn. We just want him to swoop back and forth, but he rarely cooperates. So now we get another lore dump here. Another reason why you take a death right there to that boss is because we're going to be taking a second intentional game over. And because you do all that damage boosting to get to him, you have 1 health. It's just a really convenient place to do it. Now, if I were doing a PB attempt, I would have taken an intentional death at the very beginning of the Guardian Twins fight, but I didn't take that intentional death because of the Guardian Twins fight. So here's where we get our next password. This sets our checkpoint. We need to retrieve something at the end of this cave and then give it to the king that's in that room. So it's an extremely convenient spot for us to respawn. Ah, shoot, okay. What I need to do is hit that, and then if you press down, you let go of a wall instantly without jumping. And I just wanted to activate my float there. And now we use this to the best of its abilities to just go really fast up here. Boom, boom. I don't need to worry about, messing with any of those spirits coming out of the wall, grabbing the walls, anything like that. We just do it to zip up. All right, so I want to give a shout out here. We've been talking to a lot of kings in the game. This is the only queen that you speak to in the game, so shout out to all my queens out there. The queen and the king of this village are going to give you a power. She gives me the power up, and then the king, I believe, gives me like the key item that I need to give to that other king. I think that's how that goes. All right, so we got our stuff, and now we just need to get back. So, now, the reason why... So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to take 2 intentional deaths in a row. Had I taken one of those intentional deaths at the Gargoyle, the Twin Guardians, I would only be doing this once. But, so it saves, I don't know, about 15-ish seconds, I want to say. Maybe less. Somewhere in the low teens. Anyway, but there's that second game over, and here we go. And now that we've got the item from those folks, we give it to this guy, and he's going to give us a new magic called the Claw Magic. And not only does the Claw Magic do more damage than the Buster, but you'll see it kind of looks like, and I'll show it to you here when I get to this next stage. We have to use this candle to make this rock disappear because video game logic. And then we're coming into Goza's palace here. This is the second to last stage of the game. These last 2 stages are actually pretty cool. There's some really cool tech in here. So this is the claw magic here. You see, it kind of looks like a little ball of tar. What it does is it will stick to vertical spike walls and give you a little thing to grab onto without taking damage. And you'll see me use that coming up in a few seconds here. Perfect. All right, hit this, and then start my float right there, and then here we go. So see how it sticks to it, and then I can grab it and then just jump up. Now, there's another section here where I'm supposed to do that in order to get up, but we don't like doing that because it's too slow, so instead we use damage boosts. And that's actually going to be after this little descent here. So, oh, by the way, those ghosts that are floating around, you see how they're holding a lantern? If you kill them, the lantern disappears and all the lights go out. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop here, boost, and then jump up, and then grab the wall, boost, boost. No, jump up, and then grab that part and get up there without using the claw. But we're going to switch back to the claw because it does more damage. Now, I'm about to do a boss fight. Big time photosensitivity warning. There's a lot of flashing as I'm hitting this boss, so please be warned. Take an intentional boost there so we can stay on this platform, and then after that he's going to throw out a second one, but we kill him before it gets to us. We're good. Alright. So Goza reveals to us the source of that evil darkness that's been sweeping the land, and it's King Brager, who we are about to confront next. But before we confront him, a voice speaks to us from beyond and is like, you are about to confront the most dastardly evil in all of the land. Here, let's give you all kinds of super powerful stuff, like the Dark Fire, which does intense amounts of damage. wing level 5, which basically means that wing meter at the bottom of your screen never depletes. So I can float infinitely now. We're gonna come in here, switch to the booster shot. Also, get your jam emotes in chat because the theme in this stage is awesome. Boost there. Those spikes at the bottom of the stage, instant death. So we use iframes to avoid that. Okay, really cool damage boosting tech that's going to be coming up here. I'm going to jump up here, turn around so I boost to the right, and then squeeze right by that. It's very close, yes. We'll take a boost here so we can just float through that. And then this vial here not only gives me another segment of life, but refills it, and that's more important. All right, this next section here can be really trolly with these kind of skeletons that shoot at you. Good, you cooperated, and you cooperated too. Let's go, nice. Okay, good. All right, coolest damage boosting trick in the game is coming up right here. I really hope I do it right on the first try. Okay, boost, kill that guy, boost, switch to the right magic so I don't kill myself, and get up here. And okay, I gotta do this here, just kind of a backup. But that skips having to go all the way to the other side of the room to come back. So it's a really cool time save. All right, so coming up here is the final boss fight. We do cheese this fight. Also, big photosensitivity warning on this too. Basically, I'm going to take an intentional damage boost to set myself up right in front of his face. 20 dark fire shots to the face, and then we're done. Grab this. Get hit by this, come up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Kill that, and 20. There we go. All right. So, Kingbreaker dead. He is going to promise to come back and finish the job. You'll have to play Demon's Crest to find out what that's all about. And then we're going to come here and talk to one of the good kings. He's going to be like, hey, you should go to Earth and take over there now that you're the mighty firebrand. Once the screen fades to black, that is time. So get ready. And time. Alrighty. So that was Gargoyle's Quest 2. With a little overestimate because of that in game over, but that's okay. We got to do double jungle. Everybody loves that. Shout outs to Mad Mega and everyone here in the crew for doing this. Shout outs to Retro Gaming Live TV, the best damn retro gaming collective on all of Twitch. I love it. And it's part of the reason why I got into this game and all this stuff. Anyway, so yeah, honored to be a part of this. Thanks so much. Take care.